Okay, I will call the meeting, regular meeting to order. One of the first items is agenda amendments. We do have one. Morgan Over has presented a resignation from the Recreation Committee. So I guess we need...
Should I make a motion?
Sure.
I make a motion that we accept the resignation of Morgan Over.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
With regret?
Yes, with regret.
Sandy, can you do your usual
Right. And
thank
I'll
you letter?
Send a letter and post a, yep.
Post an opening? Good. Okay, coming back from our interviews, do you?
Yes, I have a motion to make from our interviews for the vacancy on the select board. And I nominate Mark Tessier for the seat vacancy until the town meeting vote in March of 2023.
I'll second.
Any other nominations? All those in favor? Mark?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have to say anything about why we chose him?
Do you
Did you-
need to
Do I need to say?
give a reason why?
I nominate Mark because of his previous experience on the Wallingford Select Board and his overall understanding of municipal activities and procedures.
Okay.
Cool.
Sandy, can you let Mark know?
Mm-hmm.
Should we send Rose a thank you letter?
Yes,
Yes.
and Bruce.
And Bruce, for sure.
And Bruce.
And Bruce as
Especially for
well.
his what is the word I'm looking for? Not candidacy, candor, or I can't think of the word. It's a CAND word, so I can't think of it.
Was it, what's the vote? It was
3-1.
3-1 or 4-1 or
4-0.
4-0, okay.
4-0.
I caved. Okay, next order of business. We need approval of the select board minutes of 10/24.
Do we need to make a motion to discuss?
Motion to accept.
Oh, I make a motion to accept.
Second.
Any comments or concerns on it? Hearing none, I'll move the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Pay orders. We have a pay order in the amount of $1,570,814.95.
I make a motion to accept the pay orders for $1,570,814.95.
I'll second.
Any questions or concerns on it? I just had one question. The $200 that we paid out, it shows paid out to the bands, are those deposits or?
Those are from Nelson's stipend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess when we discussed this, I just thought you were gonna use that 200 if the donations weren't a certain amount. That way we'd have the money in, basically in hand.
It was my understanding we were gonna do 5 $200 checks.
Okay,
And that was just the idea to get the acts to come down here so they know that.
Right. I mean, the act we have coming next week typically charges $600.
Okay.
And they're gonna do it for 200 plus whatever they get at the door.
Okay.
okay,
And they could end up, that could be it.
okay.
Right. That's a nifty proposition.
Huh?
You don't know what you're gonna get from the door, so.
Exactly, it's, they're taking a, a gamble.
They're kind of taking an honorary payment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a first and second, right?
Yes.
All those in favor of approving pay orders for
Aye.
$1,570,814.95?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Honorable mentions this meeting. John McClellan donated the $200 he was paid to mow Stone Meadow to the Wallingford Food Shelf. Erica Berner baked all the items for the town hall concert on October 24th, and she donated the $122 proceeds to the food shelf. And thank you to Bill Olson for shutting off the water to the boy with the boot fountain for the winter. Road Commissioner, Phil's on vacation, so we have no
Okay.
report. Public comments, we have no public here at the moment. So. Tax sale. Delinquent tax collector Jill Stone will be putting the Spencer Nimps property up for tax sale in December. Do we want to appoint someone to attend the tax sale and bid on the property if there are no bidders?
Which property is this?
It says Spencer Nimps property, I'm not sure where that is.
Do we know where this property is?
She didn't give me any details.
Okay.
She just said that it comes up every 2 years. like
Oh,
clockwork.
okay.
It's very likely it's not gonna get auctioned off, or it'll get retained.
Okay. Do we usually send someone to attend the tax sale
Yeah,
too?
we don't
Yeah.
often bid, though.
Okay.
Right, just occasionally, but we don't often bid.
Who do we, appoint? Is it someone from the board?
Somebody from the board.
Okay.
Road used to always go. So somebody else.
When do they usually do that? In the daytime?
It's usually like, late morning, usually like 10 or 11 o'clock.
Would this be
Sounds
something?
Whatever
like
time the attorney, I can go over and check the address if you want to know which address.
Okay, here it is.
the property is.
The 5357 Route 140 East.
Since everybody else is tied up during the daytime, I guess it'll be me attending the tax sale.
Right past Hateful Hill.
so I know which
Oh,
one
that
that one is.
one. That one. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
So which one is it?
Right past Hateful Hill Road.
Oh,
Or right before, right past it, yeah.
before.
If you're going up 140.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Bruce.
And Bruce, depending on the time, if you can't make it, just let me know, and then I might be able to make it. Just because my schedule is a little more flexible sometimes, but.
Okay.
Okay. We don't normally bid on the property, so
Right.
is
Okay.
it the consensus of the board that
Yeah.
we will not bid on it?
And I think it's,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the hot weather annex. Final comment period for the hot weather annex ends November 7th, which was
Today.
today. Next step is to formally adopt the enclosed annex by motion and vote. Stephanie did update it with my becoming the select board chair and contact information.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to adopt the annex?
I make a motion that we adopt the hot weather annex.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next item is the Rutland Regional Emergency Management Committee. Emergency Management Director Jim Bagnell and Fire Chief Michael Hughes serve on the committee. And they're both due to be reappointed for another year.
Stephanie contacted them both and they both agreed to be reappointed.
Okay.
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 Do we need a motion on that, or can we just do that by consensus?
We do it by consensus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by
Yes.
consensus.
Yeah.
Employee health insurance. Municipal insurance line item 5025 under administration in your town report was $129,500 in fiscal year '21. $115,000 in fiscal year '22 and $96,750 in fiscal year '23. It looks, so the select board budgeted last December for an 8% increase. Blue Cross Blue Shield rates increased 11% for 2023, while MVP increased 18.3%. Employee deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses will go up starting January 1st. The town pays for Steve's Medicare and a portion of Joyce Barbieri's health insurance as well.
Okay.
So the question before the board is, do we want to renew Blue Cross Blue Shield Platinum plan for employees? Monthly rates for Blue Cross Blue Shield is $994.50 for a single. Two-person is $1,989.10. MVP is $970.41 for a single. Two-person is $1,940.82. We've had the Blue Cross for as long as I've been on the board.
Yeah.
I would say stick with Blue Cross. This is what I do.
Okay.
Unless it was a a difference of a high deductible versus a non or something like that, like a drastic difference there. Are they equivocal plans on?
They are. I mean, I think they're identical. I think the state requires all the plans to be exactly the same as first. They have the exact same deductible and everything.
Okay.
These all go
Just
up.
checking, because I know
Yeah.
that can get depending. Because even within Blue Cross, just yourself, you can have gold plans, platinum plans, so many different ones,
Right. Yep.
which people get tricked on
Yes.
when choosing.
Okay.
And it's still quite a bit less for than 2021,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is pretty,
Which is, it's naturally trended down from,
from 2020 basically.
Yeah.
and then- Yeah,
we used to have some family plans and then
Oh,
we went to
okay.
two-person plans now. And then we had an employee who left and that was on a two-person plan. Now the person we hired is one person, so now we just have 4 people on a single-person plan.
Okay.
And then one person on a two-person plan, so it's just, and then last year the rates did go down quite a bit, which was a nice drop,
yeah.
so.
Now, did I read this right in that we budgeted for an 8% increase and it's increasing by 11.7?
Yeah, because I mean, like, you'll do the same thing this year.
Gotcha.
Like in December, you're gonna guess what 18 months out is for
Gotcha.
health insurance, so you just give it your best
Get
guess.
out your magic balls.
2 years ago, we budgeted for an 8% increase and it actually went down 6%, so
Okay.
just use your fairy dust.
All right. Yep. Okay.
Building a budget is your best guesstimate on many, many
Yes.
items, so.
Yep. Okay.
So I'll entertain a motion that we keep
Um,
Blue Cross Blue Shield for
I
health
make a
insurance.
motion that we keep Blue Cross Blue Shield for the fiscal year 2023.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. And your town report printing. Do you want to speak to this, Sandy?
Well, so we've used Rutland Printing on Lincoln Avenue for a number of years. I typically go out and get like a couple of estimates. Repro Graphics has declined to provide an estimate. They said they're full up for towns and they haven't been awarded an annual town report, so they also didn't want to bid. So so we have 3,000 budgeted, and Rutland Printing came in around 26. It's going to be right around $300 or $400 for postage, so we should be very close to the 3,000 mark. But I think we're going to cut down on the actual numbers. Julie thinks 850 was too many, so we could just order 800, so
Okay.
that's gonna reduce that right there. And that was for 60 pages. I think last year I came in at 52, so.
Okay.
Small font.
Have you ever looked in with Quick Print? In town? Quick Print?
No.
Okay.
In Wallingford?
No, not in Wallingford, in Rutland.
Okay. No, I think I've ever seen this.
It's like Tuttle.
Oh, okay, because we used to get quick print estimates. So
Okay.
no. So Tuttle?
It will be Quick Print because they're now with Green Screen. It's Green Screen, Quick Print, and Tuttle. I think are all under one
Okay.
umbrella these days. I don't know if it'll be that much better, and I think their turnaround time sometimes can be a little slow.
Okay.
But it also, yeah.
I think one of the things that we did last year with Rutland Printing, and if you decide to go with them again this year, we pay them ahead of time for paper, because last year the paper prices skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And she suggested doing that again this year. We're locking the paper prices now.
Okay.
And supplies, sometimes the supply is an issue, and she thinks that might be an issue this year, the supply.
Okay.
So if we just end up going with them, we could ask her to send us an invoice and we'll at least pay for the paper costs right now, and that'll set us up for January printing.
And we need a motion on this? I make a motion that we get the town report 800 copies printed with Rutland Printing this year.
Second that?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No? So Fitzgerald Associates Agreement update. Sandy, after reviewing some of the requirements from the state, right, the grant? Requires the town to provide itemized billing.
Okay.
So Sandy modified the agreement with Fitzgerald to include that requirement that they itemize for hours and materials and such.
In accordance with what the grant is asking for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that would be very important to do.
Yes.
And that's written right here, correct? What Sandy proposes for the billing.
Yeah.
Yes, she also gave you a copy, I think, in your packet, so.
Okay.
And they actually, Evan Fitzgerald has actually signed the updated one already.
Oh,
And returned it, so they're good with that.
fabulous, okay.
They actually like it, so.
Oh, good.
So I guess, do you want to authorize me to sign the billing agreement?
Yep.
Yes. Do you want motion or consensus?
Can we do that through consensus? Yeah, okay. So yes.
Select board comments or concerns? This is a chance for you folks to speak to anything.
Well, I have to say, I'm sad to see that Morgan has resigned from the
Yes.
rec committee. She had I felt a lot of great energy and was a very positive person. I'm not quite sure, I think, do we have still 3 members left on the
Yes.
Yes.
rec committee? I guess my only question is why this keeps continuing? And I'm not quite sure what steps need to be taken, if any, to keep our rec committees intact for any reasonable length of time.
I agree. It's
It's just concerning.
Mhm.
I mean, if you're turning over members all the time, and Morgan doesn't really give a very detailed letter, it's pretty short.
I think so. I mean, I know some of the past contention between the rec committee and I do, like, maybe we should look in, like, we have them sign a mission, but we don't do that to other committees. Maybe we need to look at making everybody do, all the committees have the same type of,
I also,
not requirements, but you know, being held to the same, and maybe
I
sometimes
also
even
have a
wonder-
thought, yes. I have a thought
a
that,
look at the committees.
that I myself would kind of like look around Rutland County to see how other towns have set up their rec committees.
And I
But
do
today,
know some of that
you know,
work was
just-
done in the,
Just to get information.
some of that work was done by the rec committee prior, when they were looking for the rec director.
Oh.
So there may be some.
There might be some
There's some
documents, okay.
information, because they did look at towns of equivocal size and how their rec departments are running and thriving,
Okay.
opposed to here. And like maybe some of the things that could be done.
Okay. And just
could
to
look at.
gather information,
Mhm.
just to see if there's anything that we can do to address this issue.
But I think we should maybe look at, you know, what we give free rein to other committees, maybe sometimes isn't felt by the rec committee, that we need to make things equal.
Okay.
That's my, as being a prior rec committee person and it being on this side, that maybe we need to look at that.
Okay.
So I guess how do you?
One thing I would caution is we don't really know. the issue
Exactly.
that
Not with this
caused-
one, but just the number over the years opposed to the other committees.
Yes.
And especially this new iteration hasn't even been in place for 8 months.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not
And they've
sure.
already lost
Well, yeah, my,
two.
my-
I'm trying to think.
my
there
dad, my
Your
dad
dad
in
was the other
Oregon,
one.
Yeah.
yeah.
was- It's like, I know there was another one. And before, yes, there's been a number of full cleanouts, mass exoduses, and I am concerned with Morgan leaving, that may occur again right now. Because she was a good, strong leader.
Yeah. Yep.
That I think being, we have a town that is, our design is set up great. We have White Rocks, we have a lake, we have things that no other town has. And not even just the more physical recreation, you know, we have an actual little village
Right.
that's in
Yes.
we have a library and everything within walking distance of the village, that we should have a stronger rec committee
Yeah.
to make this town, people want to live here.
Okay, thank you for listening to my concern.
And you listening to mine.
All set? Other business. Annually, the Judicial Bureau refunds municipalities for fines assessed for speeding on state highways resulting from enforcement by towns with the jurisdiction of the town. Collected fines are paid by a formula set by statutes. On 10/31st, we actually received $720.39.
Is it 700 or 70?
No,
There was
It's 720.
It was, yeah.
Julie sent the correction that she missed
Oh.
the digit, yeah.
Okay.
We had about 55 people fill the second floor for Daddy Longlegs performance at Town Hall on the 24th. They put on a great concert.
Yeah.
Jordan Jenkins is hosting Out of This World Film Series at the Town Hall on Thursday at 7 p.m., November 17th, December 8th, and December 15th. He's also working on a matinee schedule. Joyce Barberia has hosted a couple of Historical Society presentations at the Town Hall recently. The next one is Thursday at 1 p.m.
Well, I think that was last
That was
Thursday.
actually last Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, I sent this out
Yeah.
last
Right.
week, so we got
Yeah.
last Thursday. Also, Jordan is starting a, kind of a, internet safety
Oh.
sessions upstairs.
That's good.
And to work with people free to, internet, social
Okay.
media and smartphone safety tips.
Well, that's great.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's when he used to work for Self Advocacy of New York, which mostly dealt with people with disabilities and how they can advocate for themselves and how they used to go into different organizations and different, like, library or an actual store or something like that, and they would talk to, like, this is how you can approach me or how I talk to me. But a big thing of that is people can get very easily duped into doing these things. So he's taking that knowledge and putting it towards people maybe in the senior or other
Wow.
people in the community that might,
Good.
yeah.
Bruce Dobbins mentioned to us that he'll be holding a meeting on transportation issues concerning the Creek Road Bridge and the 155 bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, it's this Wednesday. It's not the 89th.
We've had a rough few weeks.
Yes.
So I must have been 8, 9.
And finally, our assessor, John Tiffany, provided some documentation. He's recommending that we schedule a reappraisal. He anticipates the state is gonna come back next year and tell us that we need to do a reappraisal, so
Okay.
that's something we need to be considering.
And didn't we talk about this last meeting too a little bit, or I thought
Yeah,
we were?
and then he, a little bit, and then he was in here again and really stressed it, because,
Yeah.
I mean, it went from, in a very short span of time, it went from, they were full up through 2025, and now he said he thinks 2026 is almost gone.
Blah, blah.
Woodstock and others are starting to look at 27, so,
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like we should
yes.
be making a formal motion to do a reappraisal.
Yeah, to start looking into it. I don't know if we.
Would we need to give them a deposit, or
I
how does
mean,
that work?
Do we need to go out for RFP, send it out to get multiple estimates from multiple companies?
Okay.
Put together an RFP. I don't know
Okay,
if John could actually help us put together an RFP, and then he bids on it, and other people bid on it as
Okay.
well. That's,
so that's something we need to get in motion now.
I think we should start. I don't know, I mean, in the past, the last one we did, Lisa Wright was the assessor, and she just did it in-house. This is similar to that, because we have an assessor here. I mean,
Yeah.
we could do something similar with them, just, I don't know.
Well, perhaps you could talk to John and he could guide us with some next steps, but we definitely want to do this.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like we need a formal motion at this time. but-
Is that something you think that we need to go out to get a request for proposal, go out for formal bids on this? You need to talk to John first and see if there's
Yeah,
an
let's-
advantage of doing it in-house if John were to assign to it.
Yeah, maybe investigate that first.
Yeah, let's
see
talk to
the
John
Difference
first and
between
then,
in-house and the RFP process, and then we can maybe make a decision if we need to in the next meeting.
I think,
Especially because if it was the last time wasn't an outside source that we went to this, we don't know real pricing how that could be, especially if we only have the $79,000 to put towards that. Nor do we want to hold 79,000, but just the idea of,
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy, years ago, you did a reappraisal every 20 years or something, now it's 5.
It was very recent that we did this last
I think it
reappraisal.
was 2017 or 18 was the
yeah,
last one.
2018, I think it was.
It's not been very long.
No, not been very long at all. Yeah.
I guess that pretty well wraps it up.
I believe it does.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
We are adjourned.
7:10, not bad.